Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of The End of Castles. And this is actually Spiritual Awakening. This is knowledge plus wisdom plus understanding equals spiritual awakening. And if you've seen the previous videos, you already know that we've already discussed knowledge, we've already discussed wisdom, and we've already discussed understanding. And on the last video, the question was, how do they all come together? How can I recognize when I am applying all of them in my life? Well, I am going to tell you exactly how you would notice it. So let us get started. Spiritual Awakening Part 4. And we're going to start again with the same identical scripture that has been through all 4 videos. And it's coming from Proverbs chapter 1, verse 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and discipline. And if you've seen all 3 videos, I've given you the definition of all 3. Knowledge is the state or fact of knowing, learning, awareness, the sum of what has been learned or discovered. Wisdom is the ability to make good use of knowledge, ability to recognize right from wrong, good judgment. Understanding is to comprehend or grasp something mentally, realize, and then have discernment about that, or have discernment about that decision in your life. And I am going to come from another scripture, Proverbs chapter 2, verse 6. For the Lord give wisdom, and from the mouth come knowledge and understanding. Why does that scripture not say, for the Lord give you knowledge, or the Lord gives you understanding? Simply put, knowledge and understanding are a form of free will that God needs you to get to be able to move forward to your destiny or purpose in life. Wisdom is the ability to know right from wrong. Everything that is good comes from the Lord. So the wisdom meter is in the hands of God. Again, wisdom is coming from God. Knowledge and understanding must be gained or obtained. A good way to separate them all is to say, when you are growing up, you are gaining knowledge. You are learning your alphabets. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. That's knowledge. You learned your ABCs. You learned it probably before you even got in kindergarten. But if you look at those alphabets and each letter of the alphabet, and let's say you take the A, you take the N, and you take the D, you have spelled and, A-N-D. Well, wisdom is knowing that you can create words with the knowledge that you gained. So you have created the word and, A-N-D. You have applied wisdom. Now, with understanding is taking not only the word and, but creating other words, putting those words together now where you can actually create sentences. So my mom and I went to the store. Now people can even understand what you are saying because you are now communicating. Let me give you a biblical example of what I'm talking about. And I'm going to be coming from Genesis, dealing with the fall of Adam and Eve. And the scripture I'm coming from basically is, the scripture I'm coming from speaks on Satan talking to Adam and Eve. And it is Genesis chapter 3, verses 5 through 6. God knows that when you eat of it, the tree, your eyes will be opened and you will be like God, knowing good and evil. When the woman saw that the fruit of the tree was good for food and pleasing to the eye, and also desirable for gaining wisdom, she took some and ate it. She also gave some to her husband, who was with her, and he ate it. Then the eyes of both of them were opened, and they realized they were naked. So they sewed fig leaves together and made coverings for themselves. In the Garden of Eden, Adam and Eve had the knowledge to not eat of the tree of good and evil. Adam told Eve, God said, do not eat fruit from the tree in the middle of the garden. They could eat from all the other trees in the garden, but that tree was forbidden. But the devil was offering Adam and Eve wisdom, the wisdom of God, something Adam and Eve already had through their relationship with God, but they did not know it. By the serpent stating Adam and Eve will be as wise as God if they eat the fruit from the tree, they both took a bite, Eve first. Now, Eve did not experience any change until Adam had eaten the fruit. Then guess what entered the garden for Adam and Eve? Understanding. They understood they were naked. They understood they had disobeyed God, and they understood they were in trouble. So they hid themselves from God. Well, they tried to. Just like us today, we get the knowledge, we obtain the wisdom to know something is not good for us, but we do it anyway. And in the end, we act like we don't understand what happened. Stop talking to the snake in the garden. He has the knowledge and the wisdom to know right from wrong, but he fully understands that he needs to stop you from getting all three of them working together, or he would not be able to keep deceiving you so easily. Scripture, Proverbs chapter 4, verse 5 through 7. Get wisdom. Get understanding. Do not forget my words or turn away from them. Do not forsake wisdom, or she will protect you. Love her, and she will watch over you, though it costs you all you have. Get understanding. Cherish her, and she will exalt you. Embrace her, and she will honor you. She will give you a garland to grace your head and present you with a glorious crown. And I want to make sure that it is understood the crown they are talking about is the crown of righteousness. I'm just using this as an example of showing what a queen or what a king would wear to let you know that you are in the presence of the Lord when you wear that crown of righteousness. So this is just a symbolization of that, okay? But I want to say, and to end this video by saying, knowledge is the door, wisdom is the lock, but understanding is the key. And all three gives you peace. That is spiritual awakening that our souls so desperately desire. Now, according to spiritualcoach.com, I got this description from spiritualcoach.com, and it is a definition of actual spiritual awakening. And it says, spiritual awakening is a shift in consciousness where we look at the world through the eyes of the spirit and not through the eyes of the ego. From this higher consciousness, we connect with God's energy of unconditional love and leave the ego, our old self, behind. Yes, bye, bye, old me. Yes, love you, but had to go. Won't miss you, though. I love it. I love the new me, and I love the way God sees me. When you get that spiritual awakening, your senses are heightened. God has opened doors for you that was once locked. Your life has meaning. Spiritual awakening is finally meeting yourself for the first time through God's eyes. What a loving God we serve. And again, I hope you enjoyed this video titled Spiritual Awakening, Part 4, Knowledge plus Wisdom plus Understanding equals Spiritual Awakening. And I want to thank you for coming on this episode of The End of Castles. And I hope you enjoyed all the videos dealing with knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and applying all three in your life. And I hope that you have a great, grand, and wonderful day. And as always, when godly wisdom ascends, a new mindset begins. Bye-bye.